Welcome back to Dolphins United, the platform for Dolphins. You heard me. We back. We are back. The season is upon us. Right around the corner. I can smell it. It's right there. Oh, it's Saturday. One more sleep till we have Dolphins football. So to commemorate the moment, I had to put on my Dolphins United jersey that my wife gifted me for Christmas last year. A great gift. Got my jersey on today. You know what I'm saying? And I'm rocking it like I'm kind of dating my age because this is how we used to rock jerseys back when we was in school. We used to flip it around and put the name side on the front. You know what I'm saying? Of the outfit rather than the back where it belongs, you know, and kind of dating myself. You know, class 06. All right, anyway. Boy, we got a great game, hopefully, coming up. The season started. We've already had 2 games go on by. Kansas City beat the Baltimore Ravens by a toe, literally. And although it would have just tied the game if they got the, well, no, they were going for 2. So that could have been either way, right? And then the Eagles beat the Packers in what was a sloppy beginning, but a really fantastic finish to that game, right? And at the end, they just couldn't stop the Eagles and get the ball back to try to make something out of it, and they won the game. So, well, actually, no, they got the ball back. Sorry. They ended up getting the ball back because Jordan Love got hurt, and then they got sacked on the last play of the game. My fault. I'm remembering that wrong. Hopefully that doesn't happen to us where our quarterback gets hurt. Now, hopefully Jordan Love's ain't too bad. From what we're hearing, his ACL is intact. Does not mean it's not a sprain, though, that could keep him out 4 to 6 weeks. All right, but anyway. The Miami Dolphins play Jacksonville at home tomorrow. Now, some of y'all might be wondering, is this a real home advantage because Jacksonville plays in Florida and it's hot in all of Florida, not just South Florida? Yes and no. Here's why it's no. Because they are in Florida. They deal with the heat too. All right, just because it might be 99 in Miami on a Tuesday afternoon, for example, it ain't 82 or 89 in Jacksonville. It's probably like 95. All right, so it's not that big a difference heat-wise. Is there a little more humidity? Yes, in Miami. There is, okay? But here's why I say there's still an advantage. Is because although they do play in the heat, and although they have the same elements as we do, and their stadium's outside, and they up, my thing fell. Oh, well, you know me, we leaving that in. But I was hoping they would just stay up here with some tape, but I guess not. All right, anyway, and this is my new prop here. I just got to get a way to, because this is a sliding door, I got to get a way to figure that out. Anyway, I'm going to figure it out by the next time y'all see it. But, so if it falls again, my apologies. I'm going to keep trying to hold it up here because I don't want it to fall all the way off. I want my prop. Here's why it is a good advantage still to some extent. They got to play in the heat, right, with us. But they got to sit in the heat too. Oh, it's one thing to be out there playing around in the heat because you're already used to that. But when you come up off that sideline, you got to sit in the heat too. Woo-wee. It'll take a little bit off you. Oh, it'll take some off you. Because you got to sit in that bad boy too and cook over there while we sitting over there in the shade getting some good rest. So there's still an advantage. Don't get it twisted. All right? They got to sit in the heat. Remember that. They don't just play in the heat. They got to sit in that bad boy too. Okay? Remember I said that now. They don't just play in the heat. They got to sit in that bad boy too. Now I know. They have tents. This ain't going to stay up. I'm going to have to just let it go. They have tents and everything, air conditioning and all that. I know. It ain't the same. All right? When you sitting over there in the shade, go outside. Get up under the shade and get up in front of the sun. All right? Then get up in front of the sun if you got a tent, and then put that tent out, and then it still ain't the same. All right? It ain't the same as the person that's sitting up in the shade the whole doggone time. And mind you, they don't have tents for everybody. They have tents for the people that was just out there. How about the people that's still on the sidelines that got to go in the game too at some point? Right? So, trust me, we're still going to have some advantage, although it's not the same amount of advantage. Game's at 1 o'clock. Our house, we wearing all doggone whites. Should be a good doggone game, and I'm going to let that go. All right? Matter of fact, I'm going to just go ahead and put you down. Y'all saw it. So anyway, I'm going to, well, we hope, right, that this game is reminiscent of last year's game on offense, but not on defense. Okay? We're hoping that Mike McDaniel's offense comes out on fire just like they did last year. Chargers scored, we scored. They scored, we scored again. Then they didn't score, we went down and scored. Then they scored. You know what I'm saying? It was back and forth. 400 and some 50 plus yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 4 touchdowns though. And was it 1 interception? Something like that. I can't remember. I know it's 4 touchdowns. I can't remember the interception. I think it was 2 interceptions though. For doggone Tua. So 450 yards, 4 touchdowns for Tua, 200 yards, and a tutty or 2 for Tyreek Hill. Okay? 2. We cooked on offense. Oh, we cooked on offense. But our defense let up a lot of points. We don't need that to happen again. All right? Now, was it a Vic Fangio type thing? Maybe. Last night, he coaches the Eagles, right? Defense was not that good. Yeah, they had a few picks. Or a pick. It might have just been 1. I can't remember. It might have been 1 or 2. But they had wide open wide receivers. And this Reed kid, number 11, was killing them. Killing them. And they got some bona fide players on that defense for the Eagles. And they were getting torched, okay, when it came to passing the ball to number 11. So maybe it was his defense. We don't know. But then let's move on to the Ravens game. Pat Mahomes was eating, but it's Pat Mahomes, right? It's Pat Mahomes. So Xavier Worthy got off, though, on a run and on a pass, wide open. So we don't know. Because Vic Fangio's defense didn't look good with the Eagles at times. And then the Ravens' defense didn't look good against Pat Mahomes, them boys at times. So, and these are the 2 that we got to go off of, right? Coordinators-wise, because that was our last year coordinator in Vic Fangio, and then this year we got somebody from the Ravens. So we don't know, right? We have different players. Who knows, right? Let's hope that we can definitely be better than last year, because last year we was giving up everything. We finally got some sacks at the end of the game that we needed to close that game out. But overall, it wasn't good. Offense was good. Let's hope our offense will be just as good. We don't even need to be better. Just as good as last year's opener. And then our defense to be better than last year's opener. More like the prior year against the New England Patriots, where they couldn't score a lot of points on us. That's what we need. In openers, Mike McDaniel is 2-0. I just said it. We beat the Patriots. We just beat the Chargers. Okay? Now he's going into his 3rd year. In September overall, I think he's got 1 loss. So we usually come out hot with Mike McDaniel. That's usually not the problem. The problem ends up being that we cool off towards the end of the year. The colder it gets, the colder the Miami Dolphins get. So let's hope that we can change that. Stay hot in September as we've been the last 2 years. but stay hot through the rest of the doggone year. And after this game, once again, I'll come on Tuesday and we'll do a prediction for the season based on how we played in that first game. Now, is that fair? Not necessarily, but you can only go off of what you can only go off of, right? Let's talk about injuries real quick. Jalen Ramsey, don't know if he's going to make the game or not because we have a game on Thursday night. So do you keep him out for this one and have him for Buffalo? If it's me, if it's an either or, I want him for Buffalo rather than for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I'm hoping he can play both games as well and hope he don't tweak nothing because we need him against Jacksonville because they have a high-powered offense, which we're about to get into, okay? We're going to need him. Malik Washington, he's out. Now, everybody else is pretty much healthy, ready to go. So that's good to hear. That means Waddle, Tyreek, they done got their issues squared away. They're good to go. Who else was really battling something? Aaron Brewer. He looked like he's ready to go. All right, so he'll be back at center. And then Eichenberg's going to be playing the right guard spot. So we look like we good to go on offense for the most part. It's just defensively, we don't know if we're going to have Ramsey or not. I'm sure it's going to be a game time thing. And if they keeping him out, then look for him against the Buffalo Bills unless he has or suffers a setback, which we're hoping that doesn't happen because the man just got the doggone bag and we want to see him produce with his new bag as the new top cornerback in the league, surpassing Pat Surtain Jr., who just got his deal. So we want to make sure that we can show off our Ramsey guy against the Bills, who he only played once. No, he played him twice. No, he played him once last year. Hopefully he wasn't hurt that game. I can't remember if he had played him. I know he didn't play in the first game, but the second one, I can't remember if he was hurt or not. Right? He probably wasn't hurt. So he probably played that game. Either way you look at it, either way you slice. Actually, he did play that game because he didn't guard Stephon. Anyway, and that's a Vic Fangio problem. That shouldn't happen anymore. Either way, let's hope that the man is able to play both games. When it comes to our offense versus their defense specifically, they got some guys that can get after the doggone passer. Our offensive line with Armstead, I'm not worried about. Let's hope he can stay healthy throughout this game, and that'll just be a plus in itself. But for the whole season, if he can give, he can't give us. I'm not gonna say he can't. It's unlikely that we get 17 games out of Armstead. But if the man could give us like 5 straight to start the year, 5-6 straight, then take off 2 and then give us the rest, I'm cool with that. You know, cool with that. Well, fine. But we're going to need him at the end of the year, and we're going to need him at the beginning of the year to build that cushion. Because at the beginning of the year, we better be able to build a cushion, because at the end of the year, oh boy. All right, we'll talk about it Tuesday. When it comes to their defense, though, they got guys on the back end. They got guys up front in that front 7. They gets after the doggone quarterback. Okay? Josh Allen, not the other Josh Allen we playing on Thursday, but the defensive Josh Allen is just as good as the other Josh Allen at his position. Okay? We got to be careful with him. He should be lined up on Armstead, so if he's lined up on Armstead, we should be fine. But they'll move him around. They definitely will move him around. Then they have another guy, Trayvon Walker, if I'm not mistaken, his name is. He's a beast as well, and they just drafted him last year. So we got to worry about both of those guys. And then we also got to worry about Eric Armstead, I believe his name is, came over there from the 49ers. He's not no joke as well. And then they got guys in the secondary. They get active, okay? This is a good team that we're going up against overall. But we still should be able to eat. Why? Tyreek Hill. Waddle. No, I didn't say anything else, but I will. Achane. Mostert. Jonnu. Smythe. All right? Maybe not Smythe. All right? But those guys I just mentioned should be able to go up against this defense and give them a problem. All right? It ain't going to be easy, but it shouldn't be that hard either. should be able to move the football. And if Tua's on his game, because I tell you what, these last 4 quarterbacks that we just put our eyes on in these last two games, only Mahomes was Mahomesing, right? The other 3 guys shaky a little bit, especially when it came to ball placement. Ball placement was off. Accuracy was off with Lamar, and with Love. Their accuracy was off. But ball placement was also off, right? And I know some of y'all are like, what's the difference? Like, you keep saying ball placement, and then you keep saying accuracy. Accuracy means you completed or you didn't complete, right? That's what accuracy is. Ball placement is you completed, but was the ball behind? Was the ball out front? Was the ball too high? Was the ball too low? It was a completion, but was the ball placement in a place where it produced yak, right? Was it in a spot where the guy could keep going and not get tackled right away? That makes a difference in certain games at certain times. For example, if the ball, and it also could be on an inaccurate pass, but in order for you to have true ball placement, the ball has to be somewhat accurate enough to be catchable, right? And that's the whole point of that. But when it comes to certain passes, like for example in the end zone, you got the force out thing, right? There's no force out rule. So if the ball's too high, for example, and your guy's got to go up and get it when you didn't have to throw it that high, and he gets pushed out, it's ball placement. Okay? That's not just accuracy, that's ball placement. Because if that ball's a little bit lower, then he can catch the ball and keep his feet in. All right? So that's the difference. Ball placement was off. Throwing behind guys, throwing too low, throwing in positions where they shouldn't be throwing the ball there. They should lead them a little more. Things like that, that was off. Let's hope our quarterback don't have these issues. We don't need to see none of that. All right, Tua, you ain't them, but they ain't you when it comes to accuracy and pinpoint passing. They're not you, okay? Well, Mahomes is, but the rest of them ain't. You better be on your game. We can't be throwing interceptions and this and that against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll put a hurting. So let's hope our quarterback comes out with the accuracy and with the ball placement on point so we can get points in a hurry. All right, we needed to be able to do that. Keep their defense on the field too, because we want to tire them out. But we have to be able to capitalize in the red zone, which we were a good red zone team last year. Top 5, we should have no problem this year being a good red zone team, especially when it came to running the football. We were really good in the red zone. All right, let's talk about the reverse now. Let's talk about their offense versus our defense. Now, we've mentioned Ramsey. We got Fuller. We got Holland. You got Poyer. You have Storm Duck. I mean, you have Kohu. That's pretty good, right? That's on the back end. Then in the middle, seems like Walker's going to be playing. Anthony Walker. Seems like he's good to go. So you got David Longham. You got the guy from Seattle. I cannot remember his name right off. It might come to me in a second. Number 20 though. I just can't remember the name. The name's not coming to me right now. We got those 3. And then when you come up to the line of scrimmage, you got Calais Campbell. You have Big Boy Sealer. Then you have your outside rushers, your edge rushers. You have Chop. You have Phillips, who's coming back. He'll probably be on a snap count, let's be honest. And then you have Kamara that will be able to come in. And then you have Bell. All right, so we got some things. We got some stuff. All right, on defense, we okay. Now, let's see how we all put it together, especially with this scheme. But we pretty good, though. We pretty good to go. I like our defense, but I like their offense. You got Trevor Lawrence, beast. You have Etienne, beast of a running back, especially catching off the backfield. He can do both very, very well. And our linebackers, outside of Walker, I don't know. Pass coverage, I don't know. Okay? Just don't know. But we'll see. We also got Duke Riley, too, who is good as a pass coverage linebacker. And then Tyndall's coming on too. But that's just depth. We're talking about depth at this point. Then you have the tight end Ingram. Oh boy. All right. He's a faster Jonnu, if that makes sense for you. Okay? He's a faster Jonnu Smith. Then at wide receiver, you got guys. All right? You just drafted the kid from LSU. And they have weapons on offense for sure at wide receiver. Can't remember all their names, but I don't need to remember their names right now. Let's hope that their names are irrelevant come tomorrow after the game, right? We got to be on our P's and Q's against this team. Coaching-wise. Last I checked, their head coach, Doug Peterson, won a Super Bowl already with the Eagles. He's a good one. We got to make sure we are on our P's and Q's against this team, because this ain't one of them games. It's not like the Jets when they didn't have Aaron Rodgers and it's like, oh, the Jets, we got them. They ain't no chance that they're going to win this game. No. This ain't that. This ain't that. All right? We could lose. We could lose this game. Okay? Here's how I see this game going. It's a tough one to pick. But because we start out hot, now I'm going to, disclaimer, I picked us to lose this game like a few days ago while I was thinking about it, because it's just a Dolphins thing to do. And I could be right. Well, kind of wrong, because I'm about to pick us to win this game in a second. I'll give you the score in a second. But the Jacksonville Jaguars ain't no joke. And I know the Dolphins are the Dolphins. They Dolphin. So I'm like, man, we going to lose this game. We going to find a way to lose this game. We're going to find a way to somehow lose this game. And it's going to be like 28-27. We find a way to lose. Because it's the Dolphins, right? But then I started thinking, I'm like, dang, I can't really pick us to lose this first game already. Like, have some faith, DP. So then, I started thinking about it. I said, you know what? No. We got him. We got him. But not by a lot. I think we win this game. Here's my prediction. 28-24. We win this game 28-24. At some point, they're winning 24-21. We go get a touchdown. They get the ball back with a few seconds left to make it happen. And they can't. They can't go get that score. They're down 4. They need a touchdown. They can't go get that score. We walk out of there with that W. That's how I feel like this game is going to end up going. 28-24. They're up. We come down. We score a touchdown to take the lead. They get the ball back. Defense shows up. Not today. Y'all done. We win the game. And we get up out of there and we move on to Buffalo Thursday night at our house. I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Y'all already know what it is. Fins up till we die. It's your boy DP. I'm out of here. Love y'all. Like Haitian food, please put in the prediction what you think the score is going to be. Most of y'all got us winning. Any blowouts out there? Let me know in the comment section. I'm out.